How much are UFC fighters making on YouTube? That's what I'm going to talk about in today's video. My name is James Lynch. So if you've watched this channel before, I have two other videos talking about the biggest MMA channels in the space. But in today's video, I'm just going to focus specifically on current and former UFC fighters, how much money they're making. And the site I use for this video and in those videos as well is called View Stats. Now look, it's not 100% accurate. Even for myself, some of the stats are a little bit off. I've had people tell me that they're making less money than they have on here. And I've heard some people saying they're making a lot more money as well. So take this with a grain of salt, but I think it would be a fun exercise to look at how much money certain fighters are making on YouTube right now. So we're going to go through the list. It's a big list. And I should also mention, if there's any fighters I'm missing, let me know in the comments. And that's something maybe I can do in a future video, but I tried my best, guys. I picked like, I don't know, 30 fighters or something around there. So let's go through the list right now and we'll look at who is doing what on YouTube and how much money they are making. And again, these are just estimates. So we're going to start first with Josh Emmett, relatively new channel. He's only got 42 videos. Josh Emmett, the UFC featherweight, put a video up the other day, 3.7 views, 3.7 views on YouTube, not making a ton of revenue, but again, it's a newer channel, only 5,000 subs. I say it all the time, you got to get at least 1,000 subs and a certain amount of watch time to be able to make money on YouTube. So Emmett on the bit of the lower end, but that's sort of what you expect with a newer channel. But I've watched his stuff. It's very, very good. So Josh Emmett coming in right now in our first spot, and then we're going to work our way up. Next channel, Armin Saryukin. There's a bit of weird stuff going on with his channel right now. For some reason, they don't have his most recent video, but he hasn't done a lot of content lately. I think his last video he had was regarding UFC 300. So Armin Saryukin, you can see the revenue a little bit down there between $26 and $120 per month, but still 37,000 subscribers for a channel that's only had 27 videos. Very impressive for Armin Saryukin. The UFC lightweight. Let's talk about the UFC featherweight champion, Ilia Topuria. Just 20 videos, but already 144,000 subscribers. That's very impressive. Not a ton of ad revenue there. Again, $11 to $68, but that's because his last video was 181 days ago. But look at the views, 311,000 views on his channel. So if he's a little bit more active, this could be something that's lucrative here for Ilia Topuria, because again, those views are very, very, very impressive, and he's already got the built-in subscriber count. So Ilia Topuria, again, someone else we got to keep an eye on. Let me just get rid of these tabs, otherwise it's going to take forever. Cowboy Cerrone, again, someone that is a former UFC fighter. His revenue's down a lot, but you can see why. He hasn't done a video in over a month, but his last video did do 7,000 views around there. Revenue's down a lot, but still 120,000 subscribers. Very, very good subscriber count there for Donald Cowboy Cerrone. You can see over 9.3 million views for Cowboy. Next channel we're going to go to, Chris Cyborg, former UFC featherweight champion, 100,000 subscribers, again, around $100 a month in revenue on the high end. Does post things, but has not posted anything in about 20 days. So you can see there, views not too high, but a lot of that too is just because of activity. But if you look at her overall views, 30 million views overall and 100,000 subscribers. Very good there for Chris Cyborg with her channel. Next fighter, Gilbert Burns. You can see 4.8 million views, about $100 a month on the high end, 21 on the low end, 67,000 subscribers. Very impressive for just 395 videos. And his latest video doing about 690 views, which is just his breakdown on Curtis Blades and Tom Aspinall. Again, a lot of UFC content gets lost in the shuffle, so still very encouraging numbers for Gilbert Burns. So like I said, doesn't have a ton of videos, but does have 67,000 subscribers. Okay, next fight we're going to look at Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill, 39,000 subscribers, so less than Gilbert Burns, 2 million views. His revenue is a lot higher, between $50 and $206 a month, and his last video was 24 days ago. Jamal doesn't post that much, and from what I know, he's only pretty much does his show when he's in Vegas because there's a studio that he uses. That's why the production quality looks so good. And again, that's just his reaction to UFC 303, which at the time of recording this, we have UFC 304 tomorrow. So like I said, it's been just close to a month since Jamal last posted, but you can see there his subs have gone up and his views have gone up as well. So Jamal Hill, the Champ podcast, just 64 videos, but making around $50 to $200 a month. Next fighter we're going to look at, Corey Sandhagen. I don't know if you guys know, he has a channel, 84,000 subscribers, very impressive, 7 million views overall, just 230 videos. He's making anywhere between $48 to $217 a month. His video that he just posted the other day talking about switching stances, almost 3,000 views. So very good for Corey. And Corey's one of the, the good guys in the game here. A lot of technical stuff. So really cool to see Corey making mark with his YouTube channel. Again, not that old as far as how much content he's been doing. It's a relatively new channel. So good on Corey for still moving the needle a little bit here. Next fighter, Arnold Allen. You can see 103 videos, 30,000 subscribers, 1.3 million views. He's making anywhere between $65 to $239 a month. And his last video did close to 5,000 views just 2 days ago. Very good stuff here, documenting his UFC 304 fight camp. So there we go. Next fighter, Aljamain Sterling, been on YouTube for a while, 566 videos, 84,000 subscribers, 16 million views. That's very impressive. And he's making anywhere between $84 to $284 a month, close to 4,000 views on his last video, which he posted about 4 days ago. Maybe not as active as, well, obviously more active than some of the guys I just mentioned, but not doing daily videos by the looks of it. But again, and this revenue, by the way, is just per month. This isn't per year or anything like that. So again, last 28 days making anywhere between $84 and $284. Let's talk about Jorge Masvidal, who recently boxed Nate Diaz, the former UFC welterweight. He's at 878,000 subscribers. That's really impressive. 98 million views for just 217 videos. Very, very, very impressive here. He's making anywhere between $200 to $600 a month. And his last video was 19 days ago, did 5.4 thousand views. Very impressive stuff there from Jorge Masvidal. Cyril Gahn, you can see here, 144,000 subscribers, 8.8 million views. He's only got 75 videos, but look at this, the views, everything going up here, making close to $600 a month on the high end. And his last video, which he posted 5 days ago, almost 27,000 views. Very impressive stuff there for Cyril Gahn. I also imagine with him too, the French audience. I don't know how many channels there are out there that do content here in French. If he's doing content in English, maybe these numbers are even higher, but good on Cyril for capturing that market. And he's obviously, I don't know if it's 100% official, but looks like he's going to be fighting later this year against Alexander Volkov. Okay, next fighter we're going to look at here, Money Moicano. So looks like he's removed some videos. That's why it says video removal detected. I still don't know exactly what that means, but he's making anywhere from $430 to $1,000 a month. His last video, 21,000 views, which was 17 days ago. I know part of the reason he's not doing as much content is because he does content for Home of Fight. So that's probably taken some time away from his own channel. He also has a fight coming up as well, that main event against Benoit Saint Denis at the time of recording this. So still impressive numbers here for Money Moicano, one of the most popular YouTube channels. And again, not a ton of videos, just 153, but he's got 66,000 subscribers and 2 million views for Money Moicano. Next fighter we're going to look at, Brendan Schaub, which is Thick Boy. His company obviously used to be with Fox Sports, then with Showtime, now on his own right now, 177,000 subscribers, 64 million views overall, anywhere between 490 and 1.4 a month. His subs have gone up. And his last video was 3 days ago, did 25,000 views. Very good numbers there. I know Brendan Schaub's not everyone's cup of tea, but he does have an audience. You don't just get 177,000 subscribers for nothing. So again, Brendan Schaub, view count, very good there for his last video. That's very impressive. Next fighter, we're going to look at someone that's had a YouTube channel for a while. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, 579,000 subscribers. So just over 500,000 subscribers, 63 million views overall. His last video did 13,000 views, and he's making anywhere between 571 and almost $2,000 a month. For Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, current UFC welterweight. Very good stuff there from Wonderboy. Let's talk about Max Holloway. 327,000 subscribers. Again, only 305 videos. Hasn't done a ton of stuff. 21 million views overall. His last video just a day ago, 45,000 views. Very impressive there for Max Holloway. And making anywhere between $2,000 a month and on the low end, $700 a month. And his subs, 2,000 subs in the last 28 days. Very impressive stuff from the former featherweight champion and current BMF champion at lightweight, Max Holloway. The Overdogs podcast. Now, this was one of those shows that I was mentioning where a fighter, it's not his own channel, but he's part of a network. Overdogs is Mike Perry's show, which he does with Mac Malley and Ice Bags. They're doing quite well. You can see there, $823 on the low end, $2.3 thousand on the high end, 38,000 subscribers, 326 videos, 14 million views overall. And their last video, which is on the low end, which is interesting, 1.9, which is not bad. That's on the low end. He got one. They're getting 1.9, and that was 5 days ago. So very impressive stuff from the Overdogs podcast. Of course, we got Henry Cejudo and Kamaru Usman's podcast, Pound for Pound, 82,000 subscribers. They haven't been around that long. That's very, very good numbers. 18 million views already. Their subs and their views are down a little bit. They just did an interview with Corey Sandhagen, 14,000 views. That's pretty impressive. But again, 856 on the low end, 2.4 thousand on the high end there. So Henry Cejudo and Kamaru Usman, quite the success with their channels. Sean Strickland, we know his channel. Again, only 41 videos, but look at this, 207,000 subscribers, over 10 million views. And all the metrics say that things are going up. On the low end, making about $900. On the high end, making about $3,000 a month. And his last video, that's incredible. That Navy SEAL thing, 1.3 million views. Sort of all the content we've seen so far. And granted, this is just happens to be their last video, so it's kind of random draw here. But Strickland's last video did 1.3 million views. That's extremely impressive. So if Strickland was more active, this could actually be something that I think could be very lucrative for Sean Strickland every month. But as we know, doesn't do a ton of content. Just like I said, 41 videos, but already 207,000 subscribers. So very impressive stuff from Sean Strickland. Let's talk about Alex Volkanovski. 285 videos, 448,000 subscribers, 53 million views, almost 54. And his last video, which was 5 days ago, 182,000 views on that one. Very impressive. Making anywhere between 1.6 and almost 5 million. Well, I guess 4.5 million a month, or 4.5 thousand a month, not million. Got to be clear about that. So nice little bit of chunk of change there for Volkanovski, who, again, his breakdowns, very good stuff there. If you're not subscribed, definitely go check that out. Habib Nurmagomedov, his channel doing quite well since he decided to retire a couple of years ago. 192 videos, 1.2 million subscribers. That definitely makes sense. Sorry, I'm coughing here, guys. 1 second. 1.2 million subscribers, just 192 videos. Again, a lot of that is the Dagestani and Muslim audience. It's a huge audience for Habib. 125 million views overall. That's insane. 2.2 to 6.2 thousand a month. And his last video, which was posted a day ago, 30,000 views. Looks like camp with Usman or Magomedov, and I don't know who that other guy is. You guys can let me know in the comments, but very good stuff there from Habib. So we're getting down to the top 5 right now, so let's count down this list. Some of these numbers you guys are going to be pretty blown away by, but again, I want to say it again, stats aren't 100% accurate here. Sugar Sean O'Malley, 890,000 subscribers, 268 million views. He's making anywhere from 3.2 to almost 10K a month, 9.1K a month, 117,000 views on his last video, which was 3 days ago. And that's 6th on the list in terms of, because how they do the rankings is like videos that typically do well. So this is ranked number 6. And that was an interview with Bisping, so that gave him a nice bump as well. But again, O'Malley doing quite well. We know how he's got a really successful YouTube channel. Let's talk about Israel Adesanya, freestyle bender. 1.1 million subscribers here. Sorry, I got a little cold, guys. 1.1 million subscribers, 139 million views, making anywhere from 3.3 to 9.1 a month. And his last video that he posted, 130,000 views for the UFC 304 breakdown. That was posted a day ago. Very impressive numbers there for Stylebender, who's made a nice chunk of change with just 277 videos. So very good stuff there from Adesanya. The Jackson podcast, which is Quentin Rampage Jackson's show that he does. I know Luke Rockhold and TJ Dillashaw are on there sometimes. Hasn't been around that long. I know they have a ton of videos on here, but I think a lot of this was stuff they were doing before they started doing this actual show, is my understanding. 179,000 subscribers, so not a ton of subscribers. Almost 100 million views here. That's crazy. And then their income per month. I mean, this is what's so interesting about YouTube, right? Because I just showed you guys, they don't have a ton of subscribers, but their view count's higher than some of the other ones we've gone through. So just something to keep in mind there. Their last interview with Francis Ngannou, which you knew would do well because he hasn't done a ton of media here, 90,000 views. They're making close to 10K a month. On the low end, they're making 4K a month. Very lucrative business here for Rampage Jackson and his co-host. I forget the guy's name, but yeah, very good stuff there for the Jackson podcast. We're getting closer, like I said, to the top ones here. You can kind of see it. It's getting revealed a little bit. Michael Bisping, 660,000 subscribers, 108 million views overall. He's making almost 20K a month with his channel. And on the low end is 7,000 a month. So good for Bisping. He also works for BT Sport. He also works for the UFC. Bisping's rolling in the cash, but he's very good at posting content. They're posting content on here daily, multiple times a day, actually. His last video, which was an interview with Volk, 32,000 views, which is on the low end for them. Look at that, 7 out of 10 on the low end. I just realized my head's kind of covering this thing here, but that's why I got to read it. But you can see there are 32,000 views for for Bisping on his last video. And like I said, almost 20K a month. That's really good for Bisping. All right, Chael Sonnen, though, a little bit ahead of him. 1.2 million subscribers. Now, Sonnen's obviously been around a little bit longer. 763 million views. His last 28 days, he got 10,000 subscribers. That's crazy. His revenue on the low end is 10K. On the high end, it's 24K a month. And his last video, which was a day ago, 10,000 views, which was on the low end. Man, I'd kill to have my videos at 10,000 views being one of the lowest rated videos. That's insane there for Chael Sonnen. So he's done quite well. 3.5 million views in the last 28 days. You know his channel's doing great, especially when you see in the news cycle people talking about stuff that Chael's saying all the time. So that's a big one too. But he's not the top fighter. Mighty Mouse. You can see here, 10,000 on the low end, 30,000 on the high end, 683,000 subscribers, 88 million views overall, almost 89 there. And his video, which he posted a day ago, 73,000 views on that video. People are loving the content that Mighty Mouse is putting on. You know what's so interesting is that, when you look at Mighty Mouse's UFC career, wasn't the most popular guy, but on YouTube now, people love his analysis and everything else. So happy to see him do quite well here. One of the nicest guys in the business. And Mighty Mouse, again, just absolutely killing it on YouTube with, like I said, making almost 30 grand a month, which is insane on the high end. But he's not the number one. And I was surprised by this, guys, because I went and looked through as many fighters as I could. The number one earner on YouTube right now is actually Alex Pereira. And he's only got 187 videos, 38 million views so far, 413,000 subscribers. And look at this. He's making slightly more than Demetrius Johnson, 32,000 a month, 11,000 on the low end. He got almost 50,000 subscribers last month. His views were at 12.6 million last month. Now, granted, he fought recently too, so that helps. And his last video that he posted 2 days ago at 119,000, and that's on the low end. If you look at it there, 10 out of 10 on the list there. So wow, very impressive there for Alex Pereira. You understand it, obviously. He's one of the biggest stars in the UFC right now, but he comes in at number one on our list. Okay, so I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. First and foremost, if there's any fighters I'd missed, let me know. I tried to look at accounts that were relatively active. Some of the ones I mentioned off the top, they haven't posted in like a month, but there's some channels that haven't posted in like a year, so I didn't really include them. But yeah, I was surprised to see Pereira in the top spot here. I'll say it for a third time. These stats are not 100% accurate, but it does give us a good baseline as to how much fighters are making. And honestly, I think it's great. I think it's good for the fighters to get to express themselves, and some of these fighters as well, we should mention, they do have teams that are working for them, some of them, to put all this together. So some of those costs is going to that, but still very cool to see a lot of these fighters making bank on YouTube right now. Is there any other MMA YouTube related videos you guys want me to make? Let me know in the comments. I think I've covered pretty much every angle here, but wanted to do one specifically on fighters today. And again, I've had some people ask me, what are your stats? I did that in part 2 of my MMA highest earners videos as well, because people were curious how much I was making. I'm not making a ton, but I'm doing all right. That's kind of how I look at it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, at Lynch on Sports. My name is James Lynch. I'm posting content on this channel every single day. And if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching.